Gop's nightmare just exploded. Epstein files loaded with Trump dirt that's got Republicans sweating bullets by Santiago, D.C. Maria, November 07. 2025, listen up, because this is the kind of gut-punch story that's got the Republican Party scrambling like rats off a sinking ship. Word straight from the halls of power in Washington is that those sealed Jeffrey Epstein files, the ones everybody's been dying to see, are packed with stuff on Donald Trump that's way uglier than anyone in the MAGA crowd ever imagined. And now, House Republicans are freaking the hell out after getting quiet heads-ups from their buddies inside the Department of Justice and FBI. This isn't some wild conspiracy theory cooked up in a basement. It's coming from seasoned reporters and insiders who know where the bodies are buried. Veteran journalist David Shuster, the guy who's bounced around MSNBC, CNN, and even Fox News without losing his edge, dropped the bomb on social media. He said a handful of GOP lawmakers confessed to him that DOJ contacts whispered the unreleased Epstein evidence is even worse for Trump than the jaw-dropping tales already out there. We're talking photos, actual pictures showing Trump cozying up with half-naked teenage girls alongside his old pal Epstein. Shuster put it blunt. Rumors are ripping through the GOP caucus like wildfire, and these Republicans are spooked. Because the files scattered across different agencies paint a picture that's downright damning. If you're thinking, wait, haven't we heard Epstein-Trump whispers before? Yeah, we have. But this ramps it up to nuclear levels. Remember Trump biographer Michael Wolff? The dude who wrote those no-holds-barred books on the Trump White House. Back in October, Wolff went on record saying he personally eyeballed those photos. Epstein, that slimy predator, pulled out a stack of about a dozen Polaroids from his safe one day, spread them across the table like he was dealing cards in a high-stakes poker game. There was Trump, grinning ear to ear, with topless young women draped all over him and Epstein. Wolff described it as casual as showing off vacation snaps, but these weren't beach selfies, these were underage girls, exploited and posed for the camera. And get this, the DOJ supposedly has copies of that exact crap. Not just rumors, not just hearsay, hard evidence sitting in government vaults. Trump's own handpicked attorney general, Pam Bondi, got grilled hard by Senator Sheldon Whitehouse in a Senate hearing last month. Whitehouse straight up asked if the FBI dug up those photos during their Epstein raids. Bondi. She squirmed like a worm on a hook. Instead of a simple yes or no, she launched into some bullshit attack about Democratic donors and their loose ties to Epstein. Whitehouse wasn't having it. He called her out cold, labeling her dodges a flat-out lie. The room tensed up, and behind closed doors, Republicans lost their minds. Bondi's refusal to deny it. That's the smoke signaling a raging fire. Let's back up a second and remind everybody why this hits so damn hard. Trump and Epstein went way back, decades of partying in New York and Palm Beach. Trump called Epstein a terrific guy. Back in 2002, bragging that he liked him on the younger side, just like him. They hung out at Mar-a-Lago, flew on that infamous Lolita Express jet multiple times. Trump logged at least 7 flights, including with his family. Sure, Trump claims he banned Epstein from the resort after some creepy incident with a young girl. But come on, that ban came years into their bromance, and photos don't lie. There's Trump hosting Epstein at parties, rubbing elbows with the elite while Epstein ran his child sex trafficking ring right under everyone's noses. Fast forward to now, and Trump's back in the White House, acting like he's untouchable. But these files, they're the ghost that won't stay dead. Epstein's brother Mark has been yelling from the rooftops that more dirt exists, videos, tapes, the works. Victims have come forward saying Trump was around the madness, even if he swears he never touched anyone. One girl, Katie Johnson, in those old lawsuits, later dropped, accused Trump of raping her at 13 in Epstein's mansion. Dismissed or not, the pattern's there. Powerful men, vulnerable girls, zero accountability. Republicans are panicking for good reason. After getting their asses handed to them in key races, Those Tuesday blowouts where voters said enough is enough to the MAGA chaos. This Epstein bombshell is the last thing they need. Over 100 GOP members are reportedly ready to jump on a bipartisan push to force the files out in the open. Democrats like Ro Khanna and even some Republicans like Thomas Massie are leading the charge with a discharge petition that could blow the lid off everything. One more signature, and it's game on full House vote to unseal the mess. Trump's out there on Truth Social raging about witch hunts and fake news. But this ain't the media making shit up. This is his own party turning pale, whispering in corners about how bad it really is. If those photos hit the light of day, Trump with barely clothed teens, laughing it up with a monster like Epstein, his legacy crumbles. No more. Greatest comeback ever. Just a disgraced ex-president, wait, current one. Exposed as part of the swamp he swore to drain. And Pam Bondi. Trump's Florida crony turned top cop. Her stonewalling screams cover up. She promised transparency on Epstein back when it suited her, hyping a client list. On Fox News. Now, crickets when it points at her boss. White House nailed it. Dodging the question isn't innocence, it's guilt by evasion. The DOJ under Trump has dragged its feet for months, claiming no big list exists, no more charges coming. But survivors say otherwise. They handed over names, details, proof of a massive network. And poof, investigation shut down the minute Trump took office again. This isn't just about old photos or party gossip. It's about justice for dozens of girls Epstein abused, trafficked, and broke. Girls as young as 14, lured with promises of modeling gigs, then passed around like party favors to rich scumbags. Trump denies it all. Of course, I was never on the island. I barely knew the guy. But flight logs say different. Witnesses say different. And now these files allegedly say it loudest. The MAGA base is splitting too. Some diehards scream deep state hoax, but others, the ones who bought the QAnon fever dreams about elite pedophiles, are furious Trump's DOJ won't release the goods. They wanted heads to roll, but not their guys. Tough luck. The truth doesn't care about your red hat. Look, I've covered enough scandals to know when the walls are closing in. Trump's dodged bullets before impeachments, indictments, elections. But Epstein's shadow, that's the one that sticks, because no amount of spin erases pictures. No rally chant drowns out victims' voices. Republicans know it. That's why they're bolting for the exits, quietly begging for the files to stay buried. But buried secrets have a way of clawing out. With bipartisan pressure mounting, those documents could drop any day. And when they do, buckle up. Trump's house of cards comes tumbling down, taking the whole GOP circus with it. We're not talking ancient history here. This is fresh whispers from just days ago, hearings from weeks back. The panic is real, the evidence is reportedly locked and loaded, and the American people deserve to see it all. No more games, no more dodges. Release the damn files. If this is what it takes to finally hold these powerful creeps accountable, then bring it on. The truth hurts, especially when you're the one in the photos. Trump built his brand on lock her up, funny how the tables turn, America's watching. And this time, we're not blinking.